right, Marvel Snap, if you haven't seen before, is a ton of fun. It's the game I've been playing the most of in my off-stream time. The games are really fast and punchy. They always last 6 turns at most. The basics of the game are super straightforward if you haven't seen it before. Your cards have a mana cost top left and a power they add top right. They have different effects and abilities, obviously, like card games are known to have. And then we have different locations in the center here that have different effects that are flipped up on turns 1, 2, and 3. And the goal is to have the most power in 2 of the 3 locations at the end of the game. So Elektra is a 1-drop that you don't typically play on 1 because she's like a utility card. So we're going to hold on to her for now. And then I kind of got to decide, what do I want to do with this cloning vat? So cloning vats copies cards when you play them there. So I could just play a bunch of Angelas to here and kind of stack up Angelas as they get bigger. I could also like a Koyo into the cloning vats. She gives every card in my deck +2 power. That could definitely be the angle. We like a Koyo here on 2 and 3. So like, hey, give everything in our deck like +4. I think that sounds good. Means we'll mostly be playing off the top, but I think that's fine. So I'm going to Koyo here one more time. And I think I'm going to go ahead and Elektra right to kill this Nightcrawler. All right, is X-Mansion going to host somebody? Morbius is not very good for them. Rockslide's pretty good for us. Our opponent conceded. Good beat. X-Mansion generates some games like that. Sometimes you can play through it, but they got a 0 power, we got a 6 power with disruption. It was, in fact, not Morbin time. That's Morbius's run in theaters as well. And cards here cannot be destroyed. I don't know that I want to commit Ant-Man. That's close, because playing Ant-Man out kind of commits me to playing into Wakanda. No cards can be added here on 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so Angela wants to be in a location where I can play cards out after the fact with her. So I think I want to play her right, and I want to play her into a location that doesn't have anything yet, so I can play 3 cards after her to get her a 7. There's some risk into playing into a... Actually, I guess I could strong guy mid and wait on Angela here to see if this is bad for us. So, one of the things this game does that's very different than every other card game out there is you literally can't just buy every card outright without playing a bunch. So you could pay to accelerate your progress, obviously, but you can't just skip the line. And even if you're spending, and even if you have an unlimited amount of money to spend, you still have to play for a couple of months to get all the cards. So Elysium is a card that we don't really need because our deck's a bunch of cheap cards. So I think I'm going to go Angela Armor, and then I'm going to Scarlet Witch here to go ahead and replace this location with a new one, since it's more likely to benefit my opponent than to benefit me. I think we're in a pretty decent spot here, so I'm going to go ahead and snap. Snap a single card. It is, yeah. All the decks in Snap are 12 card singleton. Yeah, Elektra is just a 1/1 for 1 this game. Excuse me? Okay, that's kind of hilarious. So that would have been really bad for me, except literally nothing could be destroyed in any of the paths. Because of armor, and Wakanda? So, that's a solid beat. Alright, Jesus, take the wheel. Our destroyer was big mad champ, but not quite as big mad as our opponent. What's the free-to-play strategy for Snap? Just buy your... Just do your dailies every day. Ongoing effects are doubled. So this might be a place where we wanted to put the strong guy. Our opponent snapped on one, huh? It's a little aggro. Usually Nova Carnage players snap on one check because they know they're eating up us fish. Okay, Sunspot and armor probably means not Nova Carnage. We can Angela mid here, huh? For a skilled gamer, we'll hit Okoyo or Wolfsbane to get this pumped up. Their Sunspot absorbs their leftover mana each turn, gaining energy for it. Our ongoing effects, our extra Dark Tower is... This is probably one I want a Scarlet Witch. I'm pretty happy with these other locations. How do people get double Nova? Yeah, there's a card called oh, Karmatage going away to Storm is not great. There's a card called something or other that doubles your card. Moon Girl is the card I'm failing to say. Alright, we're gonna Khazar left. Alright, so we've lost the flooded area, so we're playing to win left and right at this point. Oh, I'm actually not going to be able to get my hand empty, huh? That's super unfortunate. That's fine. We might be able to win in spite of that. Hey, thanks for the 23 months, Blue Vader. Welcome back. Oh, they did nothing this turn. Oh, that means we lost, right? Because they have Infinite. Them having Storm for the center was really good. Yeah, Infinite is a 20 power card that you can't play unless you skipped your previous turn. So they can play that here or here and we lose. So we're going to go ahead and retreat. So if I stay in to see my opponent's final play and I lose, this match costs me 4 rank points. However, if I retreat instead, I only lose 2. And they're pretty likely to have Infinite here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pack it in. Just a mission. Some season pass credits. When it win, they had a 5-power Xingqi, right? So moving Nightcrawler to the center does not trigger Angela, if that's what you're thinking. Ooh, that's a good one with Yondu on one. I'm gonna snap it. I'm gonna double Yondu them here. Milling cards with a card like Yondu is incredibly powerful in this game where you see most of the cards in your deck. How likely is it they bluffed it? Not super likely. Not super likely, I don't think. Alright, so this is probably a Bishop on the Space Throne game, and because Bishop gets extra power when I play things out after him, I think I just chill for the time being. I could be right to play armor here. Yes, and that's a dynamic that could definitely change in the future, but I agree with the take that people tend to stay inside of games of Snap they shouldn't for too long. It's definitely a thing in the current format. Once this game gets more players or like people playing at a higher level, bluffing might be more of a thing more regularly, but more often than not, I think people are staying in too long currently. So Sentinel copies itself every time they play it. Wait, did their Agent 13 make an Agent 13? Yo, dog. Yo, dog. All right, I'm going to do this. Okoyo's going to pump up our deck, and then Wolfsbane will double trigger here. I already snapped. I think we're in an okay spot. We're definitely winning left. The question is, can we also win right? Ronin is really bad against us. We're a strong guy deck that's pretty good at getting sand empty. So Electra could double kill these agents here, huh? If we Electra here and then armor, right? And then if we draw anything other than Khazar next turn, we can go that plus Wolfsbane here to have a pretty decent right side, and then Ronin gets small. This is going to give us a total of 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 here, and then we're going to go to 0. I think we're in an okay spot. Well, that's kind of unfortunate for us. I guess we still get to kill one, but we're not winning here by nearly as much now. There's Khazar. I guess Khazar means we're likely to win here, but we could lose this right side here if they have Chavez now. And the Ronin. Their Ronin doesn't go to 0 power, which is sad. So Khazar is 10 power into this path, and he's plus 4 power here. Oh, okay. Are we good? I think we're good, right? We win right and left here. Good stuff. Oh, I need to put my Electra split in here. Must have built this after I got her. So I have, your cards, as you upgrade them, get better cosmetics. You can see the rainbow effect in the back of this one. This one has a little bit fancier border, but the rainbow effect is technically more pimp, so we're going to take that one. I don't really like the cartoony altar, so I haven't been upgrading this one. I'm going to stick to playing through with the regular one. What does Mystique do? She copies an ongoing effect of a card that you've played. Whoever is winning at the Baxter building gets plus 3 power at other locations. Yes, upgrading variants does help account levels. Well, they lost their Infinite. That's probably good for us. Snap too late there. I'm a strong guy into Karmatage because I want to build up here for Wolfsbane, but I don't really have anywhere that I want to deploy the Scarlet Witch at the moment, huh? Because I don't want to remove Karmatage because I want that for Wolfsbane, and I don't really want to remove Baxter Building. I guess I could. Maybe I do want to remove Baxter Building, just because they're likely to be able to play into here, and they have a lot of value playing into here. Our opponent like actually hasn't done anything. Does it have like Jubilee next turn? Well, based on them doing nothing so far, we're probably winning the big house with these three. I assume they discarded Infinite, so I assume their hand is just like Jubilee and 5 and 6 drops. The show and tell deck can be a little clunky sometimes. Yeah, there's Chavez, there's Armor. And then Wolfsbane on reveal gets 2 power for each other card I have here. So Wolfsbane's going to be 13 power into this path. All right, well, Spider-Man locks us out of the center. So hopefully we're winning left. So we're going to go to, this is going to be 13. This is going to be 9. This is going to be 3. So that's 12, 25. I'm going to have 30 here. And this is going to go up 4 more as well. So I think we're in for 8 cubes here. Wolfsbane is a pretty big power play into Karmatage. Plus all the other bonuses we get here. Strong guy gets bigger because our hand is empty. We beat Enchantress here, right? Because of our honor reveal? Yeah, get wrecked. Thanks to Karmar. Thanks for the cubes. This Enchantress removes ongoing abilities here. So they thought they could win this path by taking Strong Guy's power away. They could not, though. By the way, if you're someone that's new coming into Marvel Snap and you're looking for a first deck to build, this deck I think is almost all pool 1 cards other than Okoye, and you could replace her with something else. So this is a pretty good first deck to work towards. I'm gonna armor in the middle so that way they can't Shang-Chi my monster. Down the line, a lot of people are playing Shang-Chi with Monster Island being the featured area. It's Bishop into the right, I think. You could just play another 1-drop over Okoye. I think I want to play for winning middle. I think with Khazar and Wolfsbane, that's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe that's ambitious, though. This card tends to be rather large. It's a Moon Girl. Not a Moon Girl. How do we feel about punting the vault and going in on Grand Central? I kind of like it. What if we go like Angela, Strong Guy, Scarlet Witch here? And then we might incidentally play into the vault still because of... If I take this line, I'm basically committing to winning Monster Isle and whatever this turns into. I think I like this. I'm not gonna snap because they're playing the tryhard Nova Carnage deck. Okay, sweet. Punting super rewarded for punting the vaults here. They played Iron Man here, which makes the vault very hard for us to win anyways. It could have been right to commit Strong Guy into Monster Isle. Simply because he gives 9 power and Wolfsbane's only going to give 7 here. We could lose. I'm not going to snap because we could lose Monster Isle, I think. I should have put Strong Guy here and had Wolfsbane be my last play here. I should have gone Angela Scarlet here, Strong Guy here last turn. And a Moon Girl. Would it have mattered? Yeah, it looks like it wouldn't have mattered. That's fine. My opponent didn't snap, so I'll stay on the hook for 1 extra cube. I probably would have conceded if they would have snapped here, so they got the most they could get out of me. Maybe Nightcrawler left. If I moved Nightcrawler left, I couldn't play Electra into the vault because it was turn 6. And then I wouldn't have been able to get my hand empty for Strong Guy. So we'd end up with less power that way. Yeah, so I could have had 26 here, but we still lose to Moon Girl Dino. Upgrade our Ant-Man promo. 50 gold is the most disappointing mystery box. That's so sad. I think this might be a game where I'm playing Electra on 1 just for curve purposes, because I have a lot of my deck's more expensive cards here. So obviously we're going to lose the utility that she offers by playing her out here, but I want to make sure I can get my hand empty by the end of the game in case we draw Strong Guy. It's sad that we randomly got priority, so we don't get to kill their Korg here. Korg kicks a couple of rocks into our deck. Raptors are 1-drop, so Kazar works with them at least. Rocks are also 1-drops? At least our rock is pretty, because their Korg is pretty. Czar into the right. If it looks like we need... Yeah, we might need more time to play here. We'll probably Scarlet Witch right this turn. Yeah, Hover Overlay would be great for this game. Okay, well, I mean, Mojo World is reasonably beneficial for us there. Ooh, and we hit Strong Guy. That's great. So we're up 12 here. And we're going to have a good bit of power here because Strong Guy is going to be +6 because our hand is empty. Snap here. I think we're a solid lead. Well, that was a narrow margin of victory. They messed up by not putting a Koyo here. I guess they just weren't expecting Shang-Chi to kill anything. Actually, that was actually a pretty big punish. Speaking of cards that take advantage of Monster Isle, this is it. Just put Shang-Chi in your deck. In fact, a lot of the decks I like playing are pretty mediocre right now because Shang-Chi is so popular. Monster Isle making 9 drops has made everybody play Shang-Chi at the moment almost, so a lot of the decks I like playing are a little soft into Shang-Chi. Rocks in my deck. It's rude. At least I can get to 1 power with that. And then there's more rocks in my deck. I got rocks in my boots. Okay. Angela Wright sounds lovely. Okay, that's not terrible. So Electra there, armor left for now. I think we're going to be playing to win left and right, punting the center. Oh, rocks do have 3 power in DC, don't they? Good shout. Ah, the old Yondu plus Korg combo deck from our opponent. Well, there isn't anything in my deck that I can't play out alongside Rock. So, actually, there isn't anything in my deck that I can't play out alongside Scarlet Witch either, right? Yeah, because Kazar's the most expensive thing. So I think we actually just pass here and see what they do before we commit to the board. Would love to draw a Strong Guy or Kazar for next turn. Okay, well, Rock means we're not snapping, but I will stay in here. They get us with Chavez or a Fat Play, obviously, but if they don't have, like, a 6-drop here, we could win the left still. We're bluffing Infinite, exactly. Just a Rock. I was gonna say, actually, Danger Room means we have a real shot to win, because this could have killed... Oh, wait, armor's here. I lied. There's an armor. Ignore me. Ignore the ramblings of the old man. There's an armor in play. Okay, and I really like playing armor into Monster Isle because I'm not playing Shang-Chi in this deck and a lot of other people are. So kind of locking up the monster on the Monster Isle as unkillable is nice. Oh, Bishop mid. Because Bishop kind of hold down a location mostly on his own, so. I have to use Scarlet and Unrevealed Location. It just turns into whatever Scarlet turned it into. This is actually great here. Nightcrawler into Angela. Lets you slide Nightcrawler out of Angela's spot so Angela gets to get up to 9. Oh, Caboose Man. That's actually, you're actually a wizard. That's great. Look at that. We built our own snap card command. I think we just commit to winning right here, right? And the question is, do I want a Nightcrawler left or do I want a Nightcrawler mid? I kind of want a Nightcrawler mid, actually, I think. I'll leave myself the flexibility to Nightcrawler left to play something else here if we draw like a strong guy. Alright, so we're winning Xandar super hard. We gotta win the runes or Novaroma. Electra means we're pretty likely to win Novaroma with the blade flip up there. And there's a strong guy. Alright, I'm snapping. Incredibly favored to win this now. I think even not working cleanly with spaces is fine. Opponent gets seated. Deal. What does Snap do in this game? It doubles the stakes the game is being played for. So not every ladder match is equal in terms of what you get out of it. If you stay in, you risk more, but you can also get more if you win. It's actually one of the most fantastic mechanics about the game. Really interesting dynamic. One, get to destroy one of their cards, learn a little bit about their deck. Oh man, Sunspot into my Electra. We killed their Chavez. Honestly, with Chavez going down and having Sunspot into their Electra, oh god, now we have Okoyo. Now we have Okoyo on curve too. Yeah, I think we actually snap here. Good chance we win this game. Thanks for the cube. And again, so if my opponent doesn't concede there, we double the stakes of the game. You don't believe me. You conceded, sir. Which I believe means that you did in fact believe me. This space is very bad for us. Looking at our deck list, I hope you can figure out why. Killing their Chavez is good, though. It's like also not great for us. So Khazar goes here. I'm going to draw 3 more cards. I'm actually not going to be able to enable Strong Guy this game, right? Because Khazar goes here, and then I'm going to have 3 more cards past these 2. And I only have 4 more spaces. Oh, we could draw Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's true. If I bishop this turn, can I still play all my cards out? Yes. Yes. So I want to play Bishop first so that way you can get power for playing the rest of these. I think I'm going to sit on Electro for a second here. So we need to draw Nightcrawler this turn. We need to draw Nightcrawler this turn to be able to get our hand up. If we hit Nightcrawler this turn, we have a real shot. Especially because if we hit Nightcrawler, it means Angela gets to get one larger. Oh gosh, now there's 3 rocks in my deck? Well, we were 1 and 4 to hit Nightcrawler. Now there's rocks in my boots. Well, that's good sequencing for us. Sometimes lucky. I think they're more likely to play into here than anywhere else, than to play into mid. So I'm gonna go ahead and play here. Could be wrong though, we'll see. Yeah, turn 6 trade. I told you, Chad, I'm not sure if this card's actually optimal in this deck, so if you don't have her, you can play something else. She's really good on 2 though. Obviously. Alright, are we gonna win left and right here? He says before getting Nova Carnaged. I guess if they Nova Carnage, we win mid though, right? Oh, we're gonna lose right and left now. It didn't matter that Strong Guy wasn't active. Sedge. If we would have hit Nightcrawler, we would have won left though, right? So if we would have found Nightcrawler, we would have won that game still, because left would have been at 8 and we would have beaten their 6 there. It's notable. Darn rocks keeping us off our 25%er. She on new mid. Put it on the save wavelength. I think our mill was better than theirs. God bless. How am I playing on PC using an Android emulator called BlueStacks? Angela's a little sad here because we don't... Angela with Monster Island flipping up's a little sad because I don't have any locations I can play her out where we can get her max value. Is like a baby engineer. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. All right, I think we Angela mid, Okoyo left. She'll still ultimately end up being 5 power for 2 mana, which is not bad. And I think we want to Kazar into here to be able to force them to play more here or lose. Well played. Well played. I almost Ant-Man tier 2. We would have completely hosed them if we did that. Sad. I'm flipping first tier, which means my Electra can't kill anything here. I think they're gonna play into Monster Island. Really? They played mid. Okay. I guess Bishop's getting bigger, so they didn't want to fight over that. Oh, Electra would have killed the already revealed Yondu. Yeah, I'm dumb. Good call. All right, we won the tiebreaker. Won the tiebreaker. All right, there shouldn't have been a tiebreaker. If I had played better, we win mid. I forgot Yondu was a face-up one. So we would have been +1 power here from Electra, and they would have been -2, so it would have been 17 to 14 center. We have acquired the boosters, Chip. Let's do 1 or 2 more with the Zoo deck, and then we'll swap over to playing something else. We'll play some Mr. Negative. I opened Sandman and I opened Rondon, which are pretty sweet Mr. Negative cards. We killed their Heimdall. That might be snap worthy alone, honestly. Their deck is quite a bit worse without that card. Thanks for the follows, folks. Welcome in. If you're new and you enjoy the vibe of the channel, be sure to check out my Snap YouTube channel as well. I post deck highlights, other breakdowns of things related to the game there a few times a week. They got double Okoyo on Karmatage. We might just be torched on that alone, actually. I have regrets about my Snapchat. Some mistakes were made. This is gonna ruin a location. I'm gonna Bishop left and hope that Diablo Space gets rid of this. So every card in their deck is +4 right now, which is pretty scary. Oh, and they stormed into the negative zone. Deal. Okay. Well, it's a little late for us, but better late than never. And then I think I want to keep Karmatage because I want to be able to draw and play Wolfsbane. I'm going to sit on Electra for a second here as well. Oh, I thought it would move their next 2 cards, but no, it just moved it twice. So Vulture gets +5 power every time it moves. So let's slid all the way over. The rocks are so bad for us, chat. Okay, Nightcrawler here means that Angela's gonna get even bigger, which is good. All right, Wolfsbane. We're 1 in 9 to draw Wolfsbane. All right. Oh, and we drew the Wolfsbane. So we know they don't have Heimdall in their deck. We know they don't have Heimdall because we milled it. Vulture goes center and goes up to 23, which makes it so this is 34. If I pull Nightcrawler out of here, this is at 13. This is going to be +12, so that's 17. So that would put me to 30 here. Will put me to 30 here. +2 is 32, right? 17, 22, 32. I am counting the extra Angela trigger, yeah. So I think we're playing to win left and right then. They could also leave this here and juke me. I think we do this and we stay in. Oh, wow, they played into Los Diablos. Was not expecting that. We probably lose here now. Maybe I should have played into here because Bishop was here. Yeah, we're gonna lose. Well played, opponent. Lost by 1 point. If I would have, I was afraid to play Wolfsbane here because they could have just left Vulture there, and then that's bad for me. And they could have, and this is why the movement deck is so tricky, right? Like, if they leave Vulture here and play left, I could get got, right? Although I guess I win middle. No, yeah, because then they could win right and left if they leave Vulture here. Would I have beaten Vulture here? They would have had 2 plus 18 is 20 total. And yeah, I would have only been 9, so I'd have only been 19. Yeah, there were, I don't know that there was a strictly correct sequence here at the end for us. Like, all of the permutations worked out. We were just kind of coin flippy, right? Like, where I went versus where they went was all in the dark. Our opponent won the flip. Yeah, I think the Mr. Negative deck's super reasonable. It has some low roll draws, but you can just like concede the low roll games. And then your high rolls are hard to predict, so they're good at farming cubes from people. I think this deck that I'm playing is fine, but it is definitely worse than Nova Carnage. Anybody that tells you they have if anybody tells you they have a deck that's better than Nova Carnage, you should stop watching their content. They're lying to you. Everybody playing not Nova Carnage Moon Girl is just playing it because they're trying to have fun. The Nova Carnage Moon Girl deck is objectively the best thing you can be doing in Snap, and it's not particularly close. I think I want to Angela into Wakanda instead of the Vault because I don't want to commit to putting 4 cards into the Vault before turn 6, I don't think. Hey, Bob's Eye, thank you for the Prime support. This is my full-time gig here on Twitch. I wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you, so thanks for keeping me around. We're expecting a patch on Monday. I don't think, God, that's so bad for us. Now my Angela can't get to 7. We're expecting a patch next week. I don't know if we know the time. Is Nova Carnage better than Nova Venom? Venom's one of the many enablers you can play with Carnage. The squirrels do work with Khazar at least though, so we got that going for us. This is an Odin, we're in trouble. Just the Hulk. Okay, so we're punting the Vault then. Nightcrawler is a great draw. Oh, I can't punt the Vault because then I won't be able to empty my hand, right? Am I going to be able to empty my hand anyways? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to draw 1 more card. Okay, so I have to play Scarlet Witch into the Vault this turn because I need to be able to get my hand empty for, I need to be able to get my hand empty for Strong Guy, and I won't have enough board space if I don't Witch the Vault or play into the Vault this turn. I think I just want to Witch the Vault. I think that's fine. Okay, so they skipped, so they're going to be Infinauting this turn. Oh, no! Oh, no! What a disaster. What a just absolute disaster. Okay, Wolfsbane is a happy, so they're likely to play their what's it called into here because I'm up by 14 here, right? So if I Wolfsbane here, I can Nightcrawler over and then we can Ant Me in here. And we actually beat Infinite with Wolfsbane mid, right? because this is going to trigger Angela here, so she'll go to 17, and then I'm going to go to 21 here, and then even if they Infinite here, we'll win the tiebreaker in Central Park. I'm going to snap. I think we beat the Infinite. Yeah, sick. Sick. Oh yeah, the bishop goes up in the middle too. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, we could even Ant-Man and mid Wolfsbane left. I like it. Hey, Super Retroid, thanks for the brand new Prime. I really appreciate it. I am absolutely loving Marvel Snap. I really appreciate the subs to support the game. I would love to make this a super regular part of my content lineup, and the metrics for it have been great so far, so it's great to see people supporting it so I can do more of it. All right, let's Mr. Negative. I made a couple of changes this last time we played it. We added Nakia, Ronan, and Sandman. I played a little bit off stream and all of those felt pretty okay. I'm enjoying the Snap stuff on YouTube and wanted to send us over here. Awesome. Yeah, the YouTube metrics have been really good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for the support. Just to give a quick highlight for people that are new. Mr. Negative is a 4/4, and then he swaps the power and cost of all cards in your deck. So he's really good. I know the view's a little bad, but we're gonna switch in a second. So he's really good with things that have high costs and low power. We'll see some of, we'll highlight the cards as we play them here in a second. But... Hey, BTY-ish, thanks for the sub gift. That's super generous. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. The Mojo World. This location is actually pretty reasonable for a deck because we're pretty good at filling up spaces. Sunspot's a great filler early in curve because this deck's curve is super clunky. Polar opposite of the Zoo deck we just played. That's super tight and packed. Our deck is like mostly 3, 4s, 5, and 6s here, so Sunspot early means when we have unused mana, it gets to soak it up, which is nice. +1 energy this turn. Not super useful. Sandman's an I think Sandman is good in this deck, but I'm actually not sure because sometimes in the late turns this deck does want to play multiple cards, but it's really good disruption into like the Nova Carnage deck where it locks people into only playing 1 card per turn. I don't know that I'm going to have another spot to play this on curve, so I think I'm just going to Ironheart mid here to boost just the Sunspot, and obviously I would get more if we waited and just put the mana into here, but having this in play makes my Odin potentially better down the line, so I'm kind of putting this here to like future-proof this lane into Odin's. I don't think the rest of my hand is good enough to snap on one with Sunspot. If I have Sunspot Mr. Negative, I usually snap. But like our hand is like pretty clunky here. Sunspot's at least gonna soak up the 3 here. Ebony Maw to the right. Interesting. Okay, and there's a Jubilee who, unfortunately, I can't get value with off of Odin. I think we play her to the left here because we want to fill up Mojo World. Okay. Ronan gets +2 power for every card in my opponent's hand. Okay, and then here, this is what we were future-proofing with Ironheart in the center. I get to White Tiger mid with the Ironheart, and then we'll get to Odin mid to trigger both of these and hopefully get some decent power into places. I think I'm gonna snap here. They can only play 1 card. The Sandman effect is sick. I agree. It's really, really well done. The little animations in this game are really fantastic. Whoa, Dr. Doom. Okay, so now we need the tiger to go into Mojo World or we lose? Oh wait, we're actually good, right? Because Ironheart hit over here? No, we're one short in the middle. Rip. Rip. Dr. Doom is one that's tough to read. Because, like, they're going to get to put power into so many spots. This is a 6 drop I like to open. Super powerful. Doom on you. And honestly, I know we didn't win that game, but how close it was, despite the fact that our Mr. Negative was nowhere to be seen, I think highlights how this deck is reasonable. Because, like, the games where you get to Mr. Negative, you tend to win by a good margin. So if you're even remotely competitive in the games where you don't have him, the deck as a whole is pretty good. And this chat is what we like to call a sneaper here. We have Psylocke, who gives us an extra energy on 3 to turn 3 Mr. Negative. So, let's do it. Yes, the different effects from every card when you hover them over the board is great. Agreed. Now, one thing that is a little unfortunate is we have drawn a lot of our cards we'd like to invert, so hopefully we don't draw Aramzola here. That would be our worst draw. Sandman could be worse. I think I'm actually gonna Mr. Negative. Speaking of hovering effects. I'll negative left. There's a Nakia. Gives every card in our hand +2 power. And she is now a 1 mana 3 power card. She was inverted by Mr. Negative. So let's Nakia mid and then Ironheart mid. Oh, maybe I should have Nakia'd left because of, yeah, I should have Nakia'd left. Because of Storm. I forgot Storm was happening.
Oh, snap.
There's an Aramzola, chat. They have 7 cards in hand? Okay, so we're gonna Ronin right, and then next turn we'll be able to Aramzola the Ronin across everything, and we can Iron Man mid as well. Right? Because this is free. So we do this here, and we do this here. Get Shang-Chi'd and cry myself to sleep. Yes, that's actually perfect, Dan. 4/1 is perfect. I can't Sunspot. Hulk does not beat us. You are dead, opponent. Dan Bopes is the person in chat who maintains MTG bots, so he's gonna get us a proper command. Nice Infinite. We'll take the W. I appreciate you taking the time to do that, Dan. So Ronin is kind of a counter to Devil Dino. Yeah, in a way. Oh, yeah. I didn't Sunspot mid because I wanted Aramzola to put a Ronin here to make it huge. Is exactly correct. All right, Sunspot on 1, Nakia on 3, negative on 4. That's the snap. I think this deck's a hoot and a holler. And I win more cubes than I lose with it. With the win rates of decks in this game is a really interesting question because it's possible to be losing more games than you're winning, but also still be moving up the ladder by playing well with your snaps and your retreats. Cards cost 1 less. All right, well, now we're Mr. Negativing this turn. God, it has a sound effect too. Why is this game so clean? It's a shame this wasn't the second location, so we couldn't Nakia into Mr. Negative. But it is what it is. Man, if I could snap again, I would. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This works how I want it to work, I believe. Sure does. Oh, God, this is filthy. Oh, wait, it flipped Mr. Negative again, though. I think that's fine. Like, our hand is pretty cracked already. So I can't White Tiger for 1 mana, but that's fine. We even low rolled with the Jubilee, chat. That was incredible. Thanks for the cubes. How does one win this game? By having the most power at 2 of the 3 locations at the end of 6 turns. Every card has the cost in the top left and the power in the top right. Listen, chat, I didn't decide to wake up and be a bully today, but our Mr. Negative draws are proving to be the case, okay? We did snap. Yeah, I snapped on 1 when we drew the negative. And if anytime you have either of these 2 cards with negative, I think you should always snap on 1 with this deck. All right, chat. Do not put Mr. Negative into Karmatage. You'll have a bad time. He will flip your deck and then flip it back. These rocks could get us here, though. There's still 3 rocks in our 10 cards, so if we have some middling draws here, we could be in trouble. If we draw some bangers, though, 1 Jubilee, please, would probably be the best draw. We could drop her into Karmatage, then power through our deck. They are 0 mana 1 power things with Mr. Negative, that's true. Yeah, they are at least inverted rocks. Ooh, and we lost our Sunspot. Okay, we really need a big play here. Nakia. Okay, yeah, that could be worse, right? That makes these rocks be real cards. She's 3 power, and she adds 9 or 12 power to my hand. She's a great addition. I did not have her in my first draft, and she's super powerful for sure. I think Sandman's the card I'm most uncertain of. It's a neat tech card for the Nova matchup. Nakia is definitely a banger. Ronin's been a good tech card too. Good anti-Devil Dino card. Speak of the Devil. Okay, and I think at this point, we just, like, play a bunch of stuff out, including Sandman, right? And we just, like, play whatever we draw next turn, and we're good to go from there. Alright, well, we're winning left, right? We're probably winning this game. Because and then Sandman is good with Ronin as well, because he can only go down by 2 power this turn now, and they can only play into one of these 2 locations, right? Arnim Zola here moves both of these into the central, right? Where we're already ahead more, so I think that's the play, huh? Just in case something crazy happens. Yes, Zola copies the cards directly. And again, they can only play 1 card here, so they should be torched. Yeah. Sweet. Sandman, entirely responsible for that win. Great to see. Nice little bit of disruption that also plays well with Mr. Negative. Sandman is like, listen, coach, I'm good. I promise. Let me stay. And this is probably going to be one of those games where we just, like, give them the 1 cube and leave. Our hand is okay there. So this hand has negative on 4 now, but we've drawn most of the cards we want to play with it. So it's like, we'll see. We'll see. Sunspot's a good draw here. Gives us something to do at least. Okay, so we still have White Tiger, Jubilee, and Nakia in our deck as payoffs. And obviously we have a Psylocke too, who's not a very good payoff. She's like fine. Okay, do we Sandman now? This kind of feels like a play the Sandman turn, huh? And then Ronin has a predictable amount of power next turn. Maybe I got myself into trouble, though. I think we're dead, right? Yeah, if I could Iron Man plus Tiger, we might have a shot. Honestly, we're probably even dead through that. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him the cube and leave. I think our odds of beating an Iron Man here are low. Even with, like I can play Iron Man of my own and go up to 10 power, but then we have to play a 6 power thing to beat us there. Yes, so the green points are the boosters that let you work towards leveling up your card's cosmetic, and you just get a booster for each turn that was played in a game, regardless of the result. Sandman was in play, and Sandman is symmetrical, so I could not Iron Man and White Tiger, right? I think I'm gonna snap with Nakia into Mr. Negative here. You could. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Alright, come on, Psylocke. Come on, Psylocke. We want to avoid drawing Iron Man, White Tiger, and Jubilee here. Those are the 3 cards we don't want to see in our next 2 draws. They also must have drawn Mr. Negative. Yep. Iron Man is a sad beat. Oh, well, that's also kind of sad. This is the variance part of this deck, which is the some risk to snapping. Snap at your own risk. Five cards in hand for them. What if I Jubilee here and Ronin here, and then, well, there's a, I do want a Jubilee mid because there's a, what's it called in my deck? An Odin. I think we've Ronin here. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, that's really good for us. Alright, and then it's just Iron Man plus Sandman here, right? And they can only play 1 card, so this is gonna stay at least 10. But I get Shang-Chi here and die. That's a beat. Could I have played around the Shang-Chi? Yes, I could have beaten Shang-Chi. So if I would have Arnim Zola'd here, we had a 9 and a Ronin, and either of those, no, the 9 into here wouldn't have done it. No, I'm wrong. We couldn't have played around Shang-Chi. If this was closer, we could have. Because they got 2 mana into Sunspot, we couldn't. Yeah. Shang-Chi is very good into Monster Isle. 1 Odin upgrade, please. Speaking of boosters, I've hit a point where, because I'm spending the max amount of money every day, I've actually run out of boosters. Baron Mordo. What is Baron Mordo? I don't know what that card does, so I don't think I've played with it before. Oh, they draw a card, increase its cost by 1. It's 2 mana. Yeah, I don't understand where this card is good. I must have gotten random boosters for it before, because it's already at this level, and I definitely haven't played it. It doesn't say max 6. Sure, it's technically cute into Chavez, right? I guess that's actually a thought. Statistically, it's good into Chavez, right? It kind of synergized with Ronin? Okay, fair. It's kind of synergized with Ronin, and it's good into Chavez. Listen, chat, I have Psylocke into Mr. Negative. Again, I did not make the rules, but I'm obligated to snap here. I think I'm gonna Psylocke right, so I don't have a 1 power card in Baxter Building. You know what my Jubilee Dex loves, chat? It loves to draw rocks. At least my rocks will have 1 power. Get your free rock. Dark Dimension's also kind of awkward for us here. Hopefully Jubilee hits Odin and then pulls another card. Let's go like Odin into White Tiger. What if I White Tiger here and Sandman here, and then next turn we Zola the White Tiger? I think there's a permutation of that ends up pretty favorable for us, right? If the first Tiger goes into Subterranea, it could be a little sad. But if the first Tiger goes into Baxter Building, are we still dead? Maybe. If they snap here, I'm bailing out, but I'm gonna stay in for 2 cubes if they don't. I think there's a world where we win left and right and lose the Baxter Building. We drew 3 of our 5 rocks. We did draw 3 of our 5 rocks. We are confirmed unlucky. Oh, we're so close. We're so close, Chip. Damn, the damn Baxter Building. Bonus, got us. That's pretty good despite the fact that we just like drew all of our rocks. Again, chat, I apologize to my opponents. I mean, we're just giving away cubes too, right? So we lost the last one we stepped like this, but it was like we're supposed to every time. Hey, Swimmer, thanks for the 17 months. Welcome back. You're a generous lord, exactly. God, why do we keep drawing Zola right before we negative, chat? At least we have Iron Man and Jubilee in our deck still at the moment. Jubilee would be a solid draw next turn. think. You get for a year and a half. It's more than that, Defender Cat. 6 to 19 months. You can upgrade to your castle. Or sorry, castle is 2 years. Upgrade to your shield. Oh, and our cards cost 1 more this turn. Oof. If I Sandman here, and then we Iron Man for 5 here, and then we Zola the Iron Man for 5 to here and here, we should probably win left and center, right? I think is the play. Yeah, the small deck sizes makes computing the probabilities offhand really nice. Your opponent can't play cards at this location. Well, thankfully, Zola doesn't play them. He adds them. Zola was only 7 on turn 5 because of the Dream Dimension, so he's back to 6 here. And we snapped on 1, so... So this Iron Man is Mr. Negatived, so it adds 10 power all on its own, and then it doubles up everything else that's already at these locations here. Play Nakia for bonus power. She costs 1. I only have 6. Yes, this could be Nova Carnage, but I think we're okay still, even if they Nova Carnage, right? We have a lot of power. Solid W. Another game that Sandman's probably responsible for winning. If you think this deck is sweet and you're looking for more sweet Marvel Snap decks, you're new to the channel, be sure to check out my Snap YouTube channel as well. I'm posting a lot of deck highlights and other related content up there a few days a week. This hand is very bad. Not only does it not have a negative or early plays, but it also already has a bunch of the cards we're going to flip with negative in hand. Outside of the very first deck I posted up there, all of the other decks up there are Nova Carnage free. Okay, Elysium's pretty good for our deck. What does Sandman do? It says each player can only play 1 card per turn. Okay. This might be a game we can win without Mr. Negative. Our hand's setting up pretty well here, but Jubilee gives us a draw at Mr. Negative this turn, which is nice. There are 5 cards in our deck, so we're 20% at negative here. Worse. They snap. I think we're still in for this game, right? So I can Odin mid next turn. The question is, do I want to spot open for Jubilee or not? Because I could White Tiger here and then Odin mid, and then not leave this, but get another Tiger. So I'd rather get a random card out of my deck, or an extra Tiger. I think I'd rather get an extra Tiger, right? Yeah, I think we're in an okay spot. I think we're in an okay spot to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna snap before they see Odin. Yeah, unfortunately with the Raptors and stuff, I don't think we're playing Zola this game. We'll see though. Does Iron Man mid hose us off? Iron Man mid might hose us off here. Yeah, I think we're probably torched here. Iron Man left, Ironheart right has a decent chance to win. I guess I have to hit both of these out of all of them though. And this is still only plus 14 here, right? So any amount of power beats me. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat. The Iron Man Center got us. Valiant effort for not having our namesake card, but ultimately Iron Man's too good. The Iron Man addition to the Nova Carnage Moon Girl deck was yet another iteration that like pushed it towards being the best deck even harder. People figuring out they should just play more good cards. Caboose Man, Dan like wrote the entire bot. So like they programmed all of the MTG cards and stuff too. That's why it's pulling like the actual text up and stuff. Caboose Man had finagled us a fancy like URL search, Dan, before you came in to do it proper for us. This hand's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. We'll get to Nakia, and then Jubilee will give us an extra look at Mr. Negative. Thanks for the raid, Valen. Were you also playing Snap? If so, welcome on in. If you weren't playing Snap, all good folks, we're playing Marvel Snap this afternoon. It's a ton of fun. It's a all-digital card game by a company called Secondary. It's currently in closed beta. Okay, so my Iron Man probably means we can beat this Devil Dinosaur, right? Famous last words. Jubilee right and see what we get. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, what are we doing? Arden puts 9 power into the 2 other spots. Yeah, but that probably means we lose the ongoing Citadel still, right? I guess that's probably fine though, right? Because they have to commit more to beat this. And then we like Iron Man mid. I'm gonna do this, because then I have a chance to Iron Man into both locations. Sorry, did I say a chance? I meant a guarantee. A very good chance. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Snap.
I should have snapped going into the Zola turn. There's a good chance they concede here. Oh, they stayed. That's good for us. We're good there, torch straight. Yep, by a lot. So long. Thanks for the cubes. Iron Man upgrade. Not a huge fan of the pixel arts myself, but they exist for sure. I wonder if I have extra upgrades for Mojo to get the pixel art for free. I do not. I'll need to farm some Mojo points at some point. All right, so we're not playing into the left if we can avoid it, Chip. It does not, Dine. The variants in the shop are only cards that you own. Sweet, and it looks like we have native integration with the bot now. Use to exclamation point card name. Mr. Negative makes Hobgoblin free with 5 power for your opponent, and unfortunately does not give you 8 mana, which is sad. Fun idea, though. Oh, well, golly. All right, 1 in 6 to hit Mr. Negative here. So, Caboose Man, the bot automatically looks at our Twitch game category and switches to which cards it's looking up based on which category I'm streaming in. So when we're in the Marvel Snap category, it'll look up Snap card names. When we're in the Magic category, it'll look up Magic card names automatically. So you don't have different commands for every different card game. Yeah, it's super slick. Big oof. They're probably a 1 card per turn deck anyways. I think I'm gonna Ronin here so we can Odin mid next turn. If they snap, we're probably bailing though. We're pretty far behind at this point, I think, especially because I gotta put rocks into my deck before I Jubilee again. If they snap, I'm leaving. No, you're great, Dan. Appreciate it. I really hope they change the interaction between these two cards in a card update because it feels like it's not working as intended. Sandman is just a very good disruptive card against Nova Carnage, Dine Online. So even though it can be disruptive to us as well, when we choose to play it out, it's better against our opponent than it is against us. Is the like TLDR. Iron Man. Iron Man. How about a rock, chat? How long do you have to play before getting cards that you're happy with? Especially once they balance Nova Carnage a little bit, Pool 1 has a good selection of cards to play with. You will have cards to build a reasonable range of decks within the first week or so of playing. They front load getting a ton of cards, chat. Front load getting. We actually spent some time. I'm gonna have a highlight going up on the Snap channel of a deck we played earlier today to start 2, the Zoo deck. That's almost entirely Pool 1 cards. I think there's one not Pool 1 card in it. Yeah, Pool 3 is where things get weird, but there's plenty of options in Pools 1 and 2. And you get all of the Pool 1 and 2 cards in the first, you get all of the Pool 1 cards the first month of playing, and you get all of the Pool 2 cards in the second month. Okay, I don't know how we beat Cloning Vats Collector. Seems kind of unlikely. Collector gets 2 power anytime a card enters their hand from anywhere other than their deck, and Cloning Vats makes them copies of things. So every time they keep playing Collector here, it triggers all the existing Collectors. Yeah, and then we drew Zola there. Next turn, our stuff's gonna cost more. They played a Nova Center. Oh, wait. I want a Cloning Vats Iron Man here, right? And then I want a Psylocke here. And then next turn I'll have 7 mana, so I can play my cloned Iron Man and Aram Zola again. Yeah, I think we actually have a pretty good shot here. I'm gonna snap. Because of our copied Psylocke giving us extra one here. Because we're gonna end up with double Iron Man left, single Iron Man right. And the double Iron Man left is gonna have a double Iron Man left is each gonna have 5 power. Yeah, so now I have 7 mana on the last turn because of this. Oh, and this is just free. So I actually didn't need to. I forgot this was more expensive because of it, but that's fine. So we can do this, and I can actually Jubilee here as well with the extra mana now. But we want to do this last because we want Iron Man to go to the other areas here. So again, Iron Man is a 0 mana 5 power card when he's Mr. Negatived. So we have a shot to win all the paths. This might come down to what we hit center, right? Yeah, because I'm only gonna wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, wow, these things are all huge. Okay, so Jubilee needs to hit a live one here. We have 3 cards in our deck. Oh, we can hit. There's a Tiger in our deck this Jubilee could hit. So we're winning left, and we're behind right by a little bit. And if we hit a white Tiger, we could win mid still. Or we could win right still, I mean. Coin flip? No! Oh, man. So we were 1 in 3 to hit the Tiger, and then we were 1 in 2 to hit this. What were the other cards we could hit here? We have Nakia in our deck, and a Sunspot. So actually, good variance. The other 2 cards that we could hit other than White Tiger would have meant we lost, but then we hit the 1 and 3, but then we lost the 1 and 2 after. Magic Arena had a patch today, and then login stopped working after the patch went live. So green-white counters got cut short. We only played it for 50 minutes because the client kicked us out. All right, I need to run to the bathroom really quick. Please don't go anywhere. We're gonna be playing Marvel Snap for another hour or so. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. BRB. I want to address a comment in chat here before we start playing, but I want to let the 1-minute ad roll finish before I do. It's a really good talking point that makes Snap really interesting and sweet. Okay, the ad roll is finished. Thanks for people that hung out through that, my short break. Someone in chat said, if you were a 1 in 6 chance of winning, it meant you were minus EV to stay in the game there. So, the expected value calculation isn't just what I did there. There's more to it than that. So, no, it's not even about the EV of fun. So, the expected chance of me winning after my opponent's cards flipped up was 1 in 6. But to calculate the expected value of winning the game there, you also have to compute what are the odds my opponent's last 2 cards were Moon Girl plus Devil Dino. So it's not just what are the odds that my Jubilee hits what we hit there, but also what are the odds that their 2 cards are those. Because if their exact 2 cards aren't those 2, any of my Jubilee hits win me the game there, because Iron Man Right was winning right on his own without the Devil Dino flipping up there plus the Moon Girl to pump it up. So the expected value calculation from a pure should we be staying in here, is this plus EV, isn't just what are my cards doing, but what are their cards doing as well, and how likely are they to have that specific play. So you could walk through the computation and figure out, okay, they've seen 9 cards or however many they saw. What are the odds that they have Moon Girl and Dino here? Then what are the odds that I hit to beat those, etc. But we're actually more than 1 in 6 to win the game in that spot, because they're not guaranteed to have those 2. And even if they have those 2, we're 1 in 6 to beat them. How can you play this game? You can lie and say you're from the Philippines using kind of VPN or relocation thing, or you can follow a tutorial on YouTube to sideload on an Android device. Stands not bad. We have Nakia into Jubilee here. Need a calculator on turn 6 every time. I mean, to be fair, like, those computations aren't that difficult to do off the cuff because the deck sizes are small. I sideloaded just now on BlueStacks to work seamlessly. My body is ready to Jubilee into some rocks. Yeah, we've hit Subterranea so many times today. Ready for a rock chat? Nothing beats rock. Okay, I'll take a White Tiger. One has 5 cards in hand. Ronin left, Sunspot right, I think. And then we'll Odin into the center next turn, I think, again. Get another White Tiger trigger, potentially. Okay, so our opponent skipped, which means they're going to Infinaut us this turn. So can we beat an Infinaut on the left or right and then also win center? I think we do, right? Because so Odin is plus 10 here, but then Murray Isle means that we gain 1 compared to them. So we're going to tie center with Odin, and then the Tiger jumps to one of these, and then we win the other on tiebreakers. Because we each win 1, but we'll be up more in the other one than they are, right? Yeah, I think we beat Infinaut here.
Oh, snap.
They snap back. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Odin mid beats Infinaut. Let's find out. Quick cursory math without doing the finer details says we beat Infinaut here. Yeah, so the first and only tiebreaker in this game is total points. So they're up by 9 on the left, we're up by 15 on the right, so we're up by more, so we win. Solid game. No Mr. Negative, no problem. This is why I've seen other people build Mr. Negative decks without Odin in it. And while Odin is obviously awkward to draw after you Mr. Negative, it's so important to being able to win games where we don't draw our key card. I've played this deck a lot at this point, and you win a lot of games without Mr. Negative thanks to like Odin White Tiger shenanigans and Odin Jubilee. This hand's not great, but it's got 2 draws to find Mr. Negative for turn 3, or a Jubilee to get a redraw. 1 card for each player. Oof. These locations are not great for us so far. Don't go mid, don't go mid, don't go mid. Alright, there's Mr. Negative. So I guess we're staying in. 1 Iron Man, please. Okay. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. I guess I don't need to commit to where I'm putting this yet, huh? Let's just put Ronin here and we can chill to wait to put it here or here, depending on how this goes. This is totally Nova Carnage, right? It could be double Dino on the right. Yeah, that's true. But they also need to add 2 more cards to their hand to beat my Tiger on the Space Throne, right? Which is possible. Okay, so we're winning right. Until they Nova Carnage us. And we could still win right after Nova Carnage if, what's it called? Hits here. Oh, are we gonna win left? Maybe? Another Wolfsbane. Okay, so I need my girl to hit here. No, wait, we are winning left, right? Okay, sick. Good beats, good beats. That could have gone worse. Had a shot to win all 3 locations there if Ironheart would have tagged the Tiger Spirit in the middle. I'd cut Odin for Quinjet. Oh, God bless. God bless us, everyone. I think turn 3 Jubilee, especially with an Odin on 6, is just as snappable as turn 3, just as snappable as turn 3 Mr. Negative. That's good. This could be turn 3 Mr. Negative, in fact. Biden. Okay, is there like a hidden camera in here somewhere? Is someone from Second Dinner just like juking us with these rocks right now? Alright, that's fine. Bounce. Time to bounce. Take the cubes and leave. I guess I had already snapped, so maybe we can stay in, but I'm pretty over it. Bad variance. I think we've played against more Subterranea than Monster Island right now. Did they accidentally change on the back end what the hot location is? I feel like big location shuffler is out to get us, Chip. Elysium is very good for our deck. Our deck is very clunky. So getting to get our cards be cheaper is nice. This is a Sandman game. Big house is not great for us. We have a lot of expensive stuff. There are some decks that care a lot less about Subterranea than others. Jubilee decks obviously care about Subterranea the most, and other decks that are looking to like plan a lot of synergies. But for example, the Domino Disruption deck that I played a lot of on stream, that deck doesn't really care about Subterranea because it never plays all its cards out anyways. So generally speaking, it doesn't care about that effect. Can't play into Murder World this turn because it's about to blow up. That's the Devil Dino. I wonder if I'm supposed to Nakia plus Ironheart into Murder World so I can Odin them next turn. Because I can't Odin the big house. Yeah, the MTG bot creator is actually in here this afternoon, adding snap support for us. They're great. All right, RNGesus, take the wheel. I would like 2 Ronins, please. I guess we're gonna Odin into the left anyway, so even if we get 2 sunspots, like actually not the end of the world. Yep. So I'm gonna Psylocke here, and then Odin here. We're going to get either a 7-power Sunspot into both of these locations, or we're going to get a 10-power Ode into both of these locations. And if we get a 10-power Ode into both of these locations, Ironheart triggers again as well. Again, just another great example of why Odin's so important in this deck. You don't always draw negative in the games where you don't. Your best chance to win involves Odin. Just good synergy with so many of our other unreveal effects. Oh, damn. Alright, so we lost the coin flip to lose that one, right? So Chavez there is obviously good. If we would have hit Odin into here, we would have had exactly 19, and then we would have beat the tiebreaker because of Ironheart. In fact, Ironheart probably would have hit something over here to give us extra. Close game. Zola deletes a card at random, so it's 50-50 to get Odin versus Sunspot there. Oh, shit! I have yet to hit Mr. Negative into Scar yet, but it's gotta be glorious when you do, right? That's fine. We drew Psylocke, so like we're gonna have a turn 3 negative, but turn 1 negative would have been fantastic. Nothing. If you ask me, Jeff, what is the least fun location in Marvel Snap? I actually think it's this one. I don't think it's like busted or imbalanced or like too powerful or not too powerful, whatever you want to call it. It just isn't fun. It's like you built your deck to do these sweet things, and one of the things I think this game does better than most other card games is letting you play your deck out consistently. But just like not getting to do, at least Ego, your deck is like functioning how it's supposed to function. Whereas like with District decks, your deck just doesn't do what it was intended to do, right? Which is sad. I just kind of feel like I've wasted a game because like I wanted to like see how my deck works when I play or like do what my deck is doing, and District deck just like, it's like changing the format. So I like when the tiles make me play my deck in different ways, but this is, I think the best comparison for the Magic players, this location, yeah, it's the suddenly limited location. It's like I signed up to play constructed and suddenly I'm playing limited. How do you feel about Weird World? I think Weird World is bad for similar reasons, with the asterisk that Weird World at least gives me some player agency because Scarlet Witch, Magic, Rhino, those cards can take Weird World off the board, so I can build my deck in a way that lets me counteract Weird World. And Captain Marvel probably wins this year. Oh, he put the locations in the bot too. God, Dan is so great. His brain is huge. Would District X feel better if changing the location turned it off? Yeah, I think so. That'd be similar to Weird World then. I think pure variance locations like Danger Room are fine because, again, there is player agency in how you build your deck. Not only does armor counteract Danger World, but again, if your deck doesn't have, and I'm going to say this as I'm playing a deck that doesn't have one of these, but if your deck doesn't have Scarlet Witch, Storm, Rhino, one of those type of cards in it, your deck is built wrong. And you should build your deck better. This deck would really like to play Magic. If I opened a copy of Magic, this deck would play it in a heartbeat, but I don't have one of her yet. She's one of the pull 3 cards I want to open the most. So again, Subterranea is a high variance card, but it's also a card that, yeah, Magic is Limbo Girl. It's also a card that your deck can be built to be better or worse into. So like our deck is a Jubilee deck, so we're worse into Subterranea. But again, something that's a high individual quality card deck, like the Domino deck you could find up on my Snap Highlights channel, that deck doesn't really care about Subterranea because drawing a brick or two, it was never going to play all of its cards anyways. Oh my gosh, and then we drew Elysium, and then we hit Elysium. Sick. Sick. How much RNG is in this game? This game is much lower variance than Magic. One of the things I really like about Marvel Snap that I think it nails compared to other card games is the 12 card decks that you see, 75% of your deck every game, while most of the variances in the locations is incredibly sweet because it allows you to have your decks be hyper consistent but still have varied gameplay. Card gamers are so silly. Most card game players just don't understand that variance is a good thing. You can talk about the quality of variance and the agency that you have over the outcome of that variance as things being good or bad in different spots, and that's reasonable and fine. But the idea that variance is bad is, yeah, someone in chat said, you should just go play chess if you don't want to play a variance game. And that's fine if you don't want your game to have variance in it, but like card games explicitly are supposed to have variance because variance is fun, chat. I also think that Marvel Snap hit a really sweet spot in terms of variance because it is a game where the games are short, which makes variance feel less bad. It's much easier to shrug off a bad beat in a 3-minute Snap game than it is to suffer flooding out in a 60-minute match of Magic. If we Iron Man here, it's gonna double these up to 18, and then he's 4 more, so we're winning right then. And then we can White Tiger into the middle. Oh, they have an Iron Man left. It's 28. Are they gonna flip the negative zone off here? They're playing Sentinel out. Squirrel Girl. Okay, it feels like they're gonna... They setting up Nova Carnage here? They're probably setting up Nova Carnage, huh? Which means we're dead. We are dead to Nova Carnage. Am I staying in to find out if we're dead to Nova Carnage? I think so. The awkward moment where Zola doesn't do anything, so I wasn't playing into the negative zone. The only reason to play out Squirrel Girl is Nova Carnage, right? So maybe I shouldn't stay in. The fundamental problem with listening to user feedback on game design is gamers go out of their way to optimize the fun out of games. Yeah. And that we've talked about this before, and this always offends some people because so there's a small faction of people that ferociously love Runeterra, but Runeterra is a card game that is what you get when, well, that was a narrow win. Runeterra is the card game that is everything gamers say they want a card game to be, but they don't actually want it to be. One of the reasons why Runeterra struggled to be successful and gain traction is because it does a lot of things that card gamers always say they want to have happen, but in practice, they're just not fun. Runeterra is too low variance and has too much player agency. And there are a lot of people, when you say that out loud, they're like, well, no, those are good things. It's like, well, in actuality, they're not, to a degree. Could you expand on why they're not? Most people who enjoy playing card games are way fucking worse at card games than they think they are. So when you have a high skill, low variance, high player agency game, people win less and they have less fun because they're winning less. Because Runeterra has so much back and forth in it, it's also mentally exhausting to play. Like, take this for example. Like, look at this game. And I actually think this is something this game does really well. My first 3 turns this game are super scripted and easy, and I just get to relax and play my obviously good card on curve here. But my later turns, if my deck is built out in this way, can be really complicated and have a lot of permutations. With Runeterra, how you play in sequence starts literally on the first turn of the game, because you can save mana in Runeterra for future turns. So you have to figure out on turn 2, am I spending this mana on turn 2, or am I spending it on turns 3, 4, 5, or 6? And that amount of permutations of how many times is like, it's neat to a degree, but it's also fucking exhausting. And a lot of people don't want to feel exhausted after they finish playing a game. They don't. They just want to like chill and play a game for fun. It's super intense, and that can be good for a degree, but for a degree and for a short time. But like, for people that aren't familiar with me, I spent probably 3 or 4 months trying to do a bunch of Runeterra stuff, and after 4 or 5 hours of Runeterra, my brain just feels fucking fried. And that's as someone who's done like 8, 10, 12, even 24-hour streams of Magic and other card games. And you just get fried playing that game in a way that you don't get fried playing any other card games. There's just so much to keep track of and what's going on. All right, what's our Jubilee doing here? We've got our Ironheart. I played Ironheart first because I didn't want to hit whatever Jubilee hit. We hit a Sunspot. Good beats, good beats. There's an RM Zola. Huh. What do we think of Zola mid? Because even if he hits Sunspot, I could Odin the Zola next turn. I could also, I only have 3 cards in hand. Do I want to Sandman this turn too? I might want to Sandman this turn too. I think I want to stop them from playing another card next turn. Excuse me. Huh. Okay. Well, that's something. Well, shoot. I think that loses it for us, right? I can, like, Odin... Tiger right... Well, the Tiger could go mid. FYI, the Tiger can go mid. I could Odin here for +8 to 23, but they're going to incidentally have +3 here. And then this is going to give them one more on whatever they play here. So they're +3, they're +4 here. So they're going to go to 19, so I only need a 5 here to beat me. So I think we're torched here and we're going to retreat. How does Tiger give +10? Scarlet Witch has been a little mean to us today. Sunspot soaks. Sure. She only soaks one, though. Hey, Brilling. Thanks for the brand new Prime. Really appreciate the support. Thanks for keeping me around. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Oh, I had 5 extra mana. Yeah, you're right. So that's +10, but that's still not good enough, right? Even at +10, they'd only need I guess they need a 7. We still, like, die to Chavez, right? I think that's still a retreat. You're right, the Tiger was more than I was thinking, but I think we still retreat there. Yeah, I think it's still not good enough. All right, let's do one more with the Mr. Negative deck, and then I think we'll change things up. Should we let chat vote on what we play? I have a few different decks I wouldn't mind playing. Maybe we'll do 2 more with this deck, because I'm going to stream for like another hour or so. Let's do 2 more with this. I'll finish this game, and then we'll pull up deck voting, and we'll let people vote on what we're going to play next. Avengers Compound is actually kind of annoying, because it means I have to play here on 5, but I want to Iron Man left on 5. I wonder if I Psylocke. Well, I guess I could plan to Iron Man on 6 here. Yeah, let's Nakia this turn, and then we'll Ronin left, and then Iron Man there on 6, I think is the plan. Is Arrow good? I don't think Arrow is particularly good. Maybe there's something cute you could do with her and Kingpin, but my gut says probably not very good. I don't have a copy of Leader. I agree if I did that card seems fun and powerful. All right, so we should be winning right with Iron Man plus Ronin easily. So the question is, how are we winning Avengers Compound or Negative Zone? I am not doing Unite content live this week. You can find Unite stuff up on the Hoaglandia Unite channel on YouTube every day still, though, and I'm putting up occasional longer segments on the main YouTube channel as well. Okay, so we just Iron Man left and then Sunspot and then click OK. They could have, like, Witch or something here to, like, bust me on Negative Zone. Well, I guess we could get Nova Carnage, huh? I'm gonna stay in and let you see their Nova Carnage, but I'm not snapping. I'm gonna give up 3 cubes for the person playing the busted deck, so you can see that they have it and their deck is busted. I guess Chavez beats us right too, huh? It's not just Nova Carnage. I'm not snapping, bud. You can take your thing or we're done. In fact, if they wait another 10 seconds, I might leave just for the sake of not wasting stream time. So they're gonna give up their cubes here in a second. How long into my streams I usually start playing Snap? We've been starting Snap about noon central each day. And if you miss my streams, so I have a couple of YouTube channels. I have my main YouTube channel, Jeff Hoagland, where all of the games that I stream get put live. So if you want longer, uncut, unedited Snap content on YouTube, be sure to sub to that channel as well. My 2 to 3 hours that we're playing Snap every day end up there. Oh, they have Devil Dino and Nova Carnage. Sure. Adorable. What are the odds they don't have it? It is incredibly unlikely that they don't have it. So again, chat, your decks are only, and this is the problem when something is over-tuned in a game like this, and hopefully they're gonna have more regular balance patches, is that your decks are only 12 cards, so everything is hyper consistent. So the odds of them having their Nova in the top, 75% of their deck is very high. Currently, there is very little bluffing on the ladder, especially because Nova Carnage is so pushed. All right, let's let chat vote on what deck we're gonna play next time. We played Zoo earlier, and we're playing Mr. Negative now. I think Sir Cerebro is unplayable into Monster Island, unfortunately. Should I put the Agatha deck in the voting? All right, I'm gonna put the Agatha deck in the voting. All right. We're gonna do one more negative deck while we do a 3-minute vote. I'll do a 2-minute vote in case we concede early. Agatha, Beastly Collections, Domino mid-range, and let's do Vampire Kazar. All right, chat. As always, you can vote extra with channel points or bits if you want to put your thumb on the scale. You have 2 minutes to vote. If the Agatha deck is completely awful and atrocious, we'll play it for 3 or 4 games, then we'll play the second place deck. There's a chance the Agatha deck is awful. Can you explain the decks real quick? Nah, just go by the names. I should have known the Agatha deck was gonna win. That's fine. We'll play that, and then it looks like Vampire Kazar is the second, so. We'll play Agatha for a handful. We'll let Agatha lose us 10 cubes, and then we'll play Kazar. Maybe she'll win more than that. So Agatha will get to decide how long we play Agatha for. Hey, RGM, 6 for the 15 months. I really appreciate the prime. Welcome back. I'll snap here before they see Mr. Negative. All right, get our inversion on. He's ready to go, Chip. This could be a Iron Man left Zola the Iron Man next turn, depending on what we draw. Alright, well, we're not winning mid, so probably not Zolaing Iron Man. So we do this. And this is going to at least 12, and then maybe the Tiger hits here and goes bigger. I guess I could play Psylocke here. I feel like I want the extra power here, though, because I'm only going to be up by 8 over here. That's close. It might be right to play Psylocke here. Yeah, I think I was supposed to play Psylocke here. We're gonna lose the tiebreaker. We're only up by 9, they're up by 16. I'm gonna blame Twitch chat for this one. Never listen to Twitch chat. That's fine. All right, you know who we are gonna listen to for the next few games? We're gonna listen to Agatha. We're gonna listen to Agatha. All right, chat. Agatha's a weird card. She is a 6 mana, 13 power card that says starts in your hand and plays your cards for you. And she's an additional card in your hand. So past the 3 you start with and the 1 you draw each turn. So chat asked for this. We're gonna let Agatha lose us some cubes. Let's play some games with Agatha here, huh? You do still get to snap with Agatha. Yeah, and this deck is playing, so this deck is Quicksilver, Domino, and then a bunch of expensive cards and Waves and Ramp. Oh, I forgot to update the deck list. Yeah. Thank you. Talking about what Agatha did threw me for a loop. We'll fix it in a second. I can't update the deck while we're playing chat because I have to update the screenshot. Oh, do I not have Captain Marvel in here? You might be right that I don't have Captain Marvel in here. I'll double check. We just opened Captain Marvel yesterday. I think she's not in here yet. I would reference the deck list, but it's not there. All right, so Electro gives us extra mana here. Says we can only play 1 card per turn. Captain Marvel is very good. That is accurate. And then I believe she always plays herself, right? So if Agatha plays herself next turn, we actually get to play the last turn of the game because Agatha will be on the board. I believe. Yes. Okay, sweet. She did play into Murder World. She played our Domino there, but there's a visual bug with Domino. Yeah. So if you have Wave or Electro, you get to control your deck still with Agatha. We're gonna find out we're an Agatha deck here in a second. Right? Yeah. So I actually get to play the actual game here now. So I think we Magneto on the right to pull Devil, Dino, and Deathlock over, and then we win left and hopefully win right as well. Because they're gonna play into these 2 locations, I imagine. I guess they could be Nova Carnaging. This is the Nova Carnage turn, right? And I guess if they Carnage, they don't have double Nova though. If they single Nova, their Carnage is gonna be a 6. Oh, they have Shang-Chi. This deck's probably unplayable into Shang-Chi. Is likely the case. I actually think, I think the current hot location is actually the absolute worst location in terms of the current snap metagame that you could possibly have. Because I think the small handful of decks that are competitive against Nova Carnage all get hosed by Shang-Chi. So everybody's put Shang-Chi into their deck because it's good with the current location, and it's just atrocious for the metagame. Because, like, the few things that were kind of competitive into it mostly just get shut off. Alright, yeah, where's my Captain Marvel? Probably replace Claw, because Agatha's not very good with Claw. Let's update the screenshot. So, kind of a metagamey thing, your opponent can technically figure out if you're an Agatha deck if they check how many cards are in your hand at the start of the game. Because Agatha draws herself, so if they peep how many cards are in your hand, they'll know that you're an Agatha deck. I don't think anybody cares enough to do that, but you could technically figure it out. Because you see, we'll have 5 cards here on one. Oh, let's see if the bot figures out they should Electro into Sinister London. Because if they Electro into Sinister London, we actually get to Agatha on turn 4, which means we control turns 5 and 6, which would be incredible. So again, there's a graphical bug with Domino that comes up. They did not play it out into the center, Sag. So there is a Domino on Sinister London for me right now as well. Based on the current economy at which you get cards as a free-to-play player in this game, you complete a collection in this game faster than probably any other digital card game out there other than Runeterra, so I think it's probably fine. Good God. Can Agatha manage to play herself into Sinister London, chat? Therein lies the question. Our opponent already snapped, so, like, we're hanging out regardless. Please, Agatha, play to Sinister London. For the love of God. All right. We have a real shot here, chat. We have a real shot. Do I snap them? Should I snap them, chat? I feel like I should snap them. Sorry, I was having a conversation with my wife, chat. You all weren't privy to. Magneto left wins this, right? Because we pull these out of Sinister London. I'm going to stay in for the 4 cubes. I think Magneto left could win this. Agatha beats double infinite, chat. Thanks for the cubes. Oh, and when Agatha is playing, chat, she always gets the enhancers. So you can't just set up Agatha to farm boosters for the rest of your decks. She always is the one that claims them. For people that are wondering the rate at which you free to play things in this game, if you head on over to my Snap YouTube channel, I have a video up that says how long does it take to get every card in Marvel Snap. If you haven't watched that, it's a great watch. I break down exactly how long it takes free to play and pay to play. Oh my gosh, chat. She's playing Wave on turn 2, which means she plays herself on turn 3, which means we control turns. Oh, man. deck might actually be okay, yeah. Hey, OTT, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. I believe she always plays herself when she can, right? Is my understanding correct? My understanding is correct. Yeah. Always plays herself. That's sick. Okay, yeah, we're just like super ahead, right? Okay, they have an Infinite. Hulk is worth 14 in DC. Oh, I already snapped yet. So I think we Captain Marvel this turn, and then we Hulk left next turn and have a chance with in Captain Marvel we trust. Huh?
Oh, snap.
They have 2 cards in hand. Do we just Hulk left still? They snapped me? They can't double Nova me. So single Nova means these will go to 28 total. And I'm gonna have only 26. So I should Hulk mid so we have a chance to win mid then, right? Is the play here? Because Hulk plus Captain does not win here because it's only plus 20 and they're gonna go to 28. Get out of here. The Nova plus Snap was an interesting buff. Are we climbing with the Agatha deck, chat? Yes, Agatha only plays for us while she's in our hand. Okay. I don't know that this is good for us, chat. I think this might be very bad for us. We'll see. This location, like Ego, is less common than other locations because of how kind of obnoxious it is. Jessica Jones gives you an additional 2 power if you don't play anything after her. And again, Domino bug. Domino is actually in the world ship right now, but visually she's stuck in her hand because of the flip. It fixes itself when you play another card to her location. Unfortunately, Agatha plays a card every turn here, so we're going to end up with Electro into Jessica Jones here, so we're going to have a total of 19 power, which they could probably beat. So we'll see. If they snap us, we'll probably bail here. Oh, sorry, 17 power. Miscount. I take card XP from the undeserving. It's kind of my thing. God bless Agatha. How do Ego and Agatha work? I have no idea. I assume the only difference is Agatha always plays herself and Ego probably doesn't. Hey, look, we're still ahead. If this can only play, just play Jubilee. Maybe that's fine. We'll see. I'm gonna stay in for 1 cube, but obviously if it played Captain Marvel, we probably win the game easy. Yeah, we lose. Sad. We probably win this game without TVA, because we would have gotten turn 5 Agatha again, and we would have controlled turn 6. This is a meme deck, yes. And by meme, I mean it's super competitive. We're up like 10 cubes with the chat. We're winning. There's a turn 7. That's so good for us. Come on, play wave. Play wave. We're coin flip to get Agatha next turn. Rats. I really wanted waves so we could Agatha. Electro means that they're gonna Jubilee, but we'll still get to Agatha on 5, so we'll get to control turn 6 and 7 this game. Well, we're locked out on these locations. That could lose us the game. I guess Magneto could pull people off of these into limbo for us, potentially. Magic is the card I want to open more than any other currently. It's very, yeah, that's my number 1 pull 3 card I want. Yes, that's basically what this deck has done. I've tried to construct the deck to give Agatha the least amount of decision points. So she plays herself on 5, and then we're going to get to go Hulk into Magneto in the center here.
Oh, snap.
They snapped me. We could be losing this. The Savage Lands and X Mansion were really unfortunate locations. Okay, so I'm gonna Magneto this turn because I want to. I think Magneto is actually better than Odin send the Hobgoblin back, because I want to pull power out of the X Mansion if I can. I'm winning the center location, no problem, I think, with Magneto into Hulk. So I think it's better that I try and get power out of here, so because I need to win a second location here. Whoa! That is actually beneficial for, is it? Oh yeah, because I get to go up 1 power now, right? We get to drop the Hulk here. I think we're good. Because they have to add 5 power here, and they're gonna have to beat this over here. Yeah, Agatha wins another, chat. That was a pretty medium beat game for us too. Getting 13 power for 6 is like pretty good. I think this deck might be okay. Okay, this could be a turn 4 play Agatha right into nowhere. My body is ready. My body is ready for Agatha to end up in nowhere, chat. Oh, please, RNGesus, don't put Agatha into nowhere. Don't do it. Have a heart. Surely we can't go 3 for 3. Surely we can't be 3 for 3. Surely we can't be 3 for 3.
Oh, snap.
LOL. That has to be a bug with the AI. Maybe it's a feature with the AI, chat. Maybe it's a feature. I do think in general, all of the bots, even the non-Agatha bots playing into nowhere should be considered a bug that should be fixed. Like at a baseline, that just shouldn't happen for any of them. Hulkbuster and Sweet Cosmetics. This is a bot mirror match, chat. I'm gonna bet that Agatha's better than Terry. Yes, playing into Murder World before it goes off, I would also consider a bug. So I think they should probably fix. Okay, and we get to Agatha here on turn 4 because of Electro. So then we control turns 5 and 6 here. We just Magneto and pull some 3-drops into here. They're flipping first. I could also play her. I need to win one of these locations, right? So maybe we should be playing into these. I could play this and pull their last one into here. Oh, wait, are we actually losing? I think we're losing now, right? Because Wolfsbane went here. Are we torched? I think we're torched, Chip. Yeah, I guess I should have played mid to hedge, huh? All right, Terry, you got me. Terry is better than Agatha, Chip. There was one card left in my deck, and they took Chavez, so the last card was Wave. Chat, with Electrode, I can only play one card per turn. $50 gold for the mystery boxes feels so bad. Oh, we're 9 levels off of a new card. How many credits do I have? I have exactly 450 credits. I don't think we're gonna play long enough to get a new card on this stream, but we'll have a new card to play with tomorrow. I'm actually surprised at how well this deck is working. I figure we would just be 100% spewing cubes, or like actually doing kind of okay. Don't hit my Electro. Don't hit my Electro. Tilt. Eat. Then. Alright, so Jubilee goes down here and hits Chavez most likely, and then Agatha gets played next turn. No, Agatha's not for 2 turns, right? Because it's only turn 3. So it'll Captain Marvel this turn, and then Agatha the following turn. And we'll control turn 6. Yeah, I think we're ahead, right? Let's snap here. And then we get to Hulk over here on 6, and then Captain Marvel can skate between either of these. This is another card I really want to open. Red Skull. Red Skull is probably the card. Red Skull plus 0 after Magic are the cards I want the most. Yeah, I think this is probably a bot again. Close. What decks would Red Skull do well in? Red Skull has combos with Enchantress. It also combos with 0. Enchantress and 0 would be great cards to play with it. There's probably some others I'm not thinking of offhand, but those are definitely the 2 that jump out at me. I will say playing this Agatha deck is really good at farming boosters on this particular card. It's probably pretty, Red Skull's probably pretty good with Juggernaut, too. Domino left is not great for us, but we got a free Jessica Jones mid, so I think our snap is good here. Rocks. Nothing to do here, unfortunately. Little Domino Hulk crossover here, chat. Oh, there we go. Clicked on it, went to the right spot. We'll get to Jubilee into a rock next turn. Okay. That's actually a great hit, because it means she'll play Agatha out now. Please play Agatha right. Okay. And then we get to Odin mid next turn. Although Odin mid's probably not good, right? Our deck's just going to be a bunch of rocks. Maybe it's just Magneto, actually. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Yes, we're ending the streams with Marvel Snap this week. You can find daily Unite stuff up on the Unite YouTube channel, as well as some longer stuff on my main YouTube channel. So, Magneto right pulling the Deathlock over probably wins, right? Probably getting Moon Girled. I think that's fine. I think Magneto here probably wins it. So gas. GG. Agatha is climbing up the ranks for us, Chip. She's too strong. They need to nerf her by making the AI worse, Chet. Her AI is too good. That's a wave. Oh man. That's a snap is what that is. God damn it, Agatha. God damn it, Agatha. Oh, right. Okay, that's the good stuff right there. My body is ready for Agatha to play herself into Murder World next turn. Oh, that's fine. We'll be past it at that point, though, right? All right, dear Agatha, please play right.
Oh, snap.
I guess this works out. We've just we're abandoning right now. Okay, yeah, and then I get to Jubilee into Chavez, and then we get to Hulk next turn. Yeah, our odds of winning this game are actually really good, despite losing 7 power, because Agatha. Because Agatha. Okay, this has got to be a Carnage, though, right? So we're probably losing mid. This is a win, right? Hulk middle is a win? Come at me, bro. Come at Agatha. She'd throw away 7 power and it don't matter. Let's go. Yeah, get stuffed. Hulk smash. Oh my gosh, we are farming Nova Carnage with Agatha, chat. That ain't right. That ain't right. All right. I can't tell if our brain is huge or if it's actually secretly small. That was the good stuff right there. Casually throw 2 in the Wardo world, doesn't contest the flood, wins anyways. How good is this deck with anything other than Agatha? So there is just a show and tell deck that we've played. I played this on stream before and other people have worked on it. It's basically this, where you like kind of play this, and we can play a little bit of this too, but like part of the power of the Agatha deck is that you get a free 6 mana 13 power card. Because remember, Agatha doesn't replace a card in your starting hand, she just draws herself. Right? Like, she just draws herself. So I want to play this a little bit at some point too, but like, yeah. All right, chat, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an afternoon. It's about 2:30 here. I had a ton of fun. I really appreciate all the new follows that came in. If you want to stop by for some more Marvel Snap live, I'll be live again with more Snap about noon Central tomorrow. I play Magic the Gathering for a few hours in the morning, and then we're playing this following it. If you want more curated, edited content from you, want to see some of the sweetest decks that I've been playing with explanations and their best games, be sure to check out my Hoaglandia Snap channel on YouTube. That's 100% Snap all the time. I'm posting there 3 or 4 days a week. And then if you want unedited content, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. There's entire stream archives up there. I just throw the unedited 2-3 hour chunk up there. So we played Snap for almost 3 hours today. All of that will end up on that YouTube channel tonight. There's a bunch of other sessions up there because we've been playing a bunch games, a ton of fun. I really appreciate the new subs today too. We had obviously a bunch of returning Hoaglandians. We had a number of brand new subs to support specifically the Snap content. I'm hoping to make this a regular part of my channel, and I really appreciate the people that are supporting it. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday wherever you're at, and hopefully I'll see some of you around again tomorrow or later next week.